Hello and welcome. My name is Marc Blatstein, the physician founder of Physician Presentence Report Service. This is a 3 YouTube series on the First Step Act and really simplified version of how to take advantage of it and allow yourself to get early release as soon as possible. So to start with, I'll start by saying that as soon as you come into prison and you meet with your case manager and unit team, they're going to be what's called stakeholders. If you've listened to my YouTubes, you know that stakeholders are responsible for everything you do in prison from sunup to sundown. Case managers are also responsible for seeing incremental improvements in your criminogenic needs. And so for the First Step Back, in order to get the most amount of benefits, once you have these benefits, you can actually get up to a year off your sentence or 365 days. Additionally, any days beyond that will go to extra time in a halfway house. Beyond that, you're getting good time benefits, Second Chance Act benefits, etc. And so before you come in, you're familiar, all of you, with the pre-sentence report. And so you're going to be profiled by your case managers before they ever meet you through your pre-sentence report and what's in there. If you have, before the pre-sentence interview, have developed your personal narrative, your reentry plan, then they will know that much more about you. If you have not, then by reading your pre-sentence report, the only narrative they're going to get from you is that released by the Department of Justice through your indictment. And so it's really not going to be that favorable in your behalf. So it's much better for you to have taken the time before your pre-sentence interview to have written a very comprehensive narrative and reentry plan so that it was passed to the judge and hopefully has positively impacted your sentence. If it's been 30 days since your arrival in prison and you have yet to take the Spark 13 assessment survey, you want to ask to take it as soon as possible, because you need to take that survey exam or survey test or quiz before the staff is able to recommend programs for you to take and start to be able to take or to get credits for taking these programs. You probably can take programs, but you're not going to get credits unless they were recommended to you formally by a staff person, most likely going to be your case manager. Incremental improvements and reducing criminogenic needs, these are going to be the buzzwords, if you will, which are what your case manager and unit team and other staff professionals are going to be looking for as you make your way through the system. And so as you take these classes, there's much more to it than just going to classes. You have to take the classes, but you have work to do. And it's very important that you understand that while you're taking the classes, how are you going to be able to prove to the case managers that you've taken the classes, you've learned something? Because yes, you're going to go in and yes, someone's going to check off your name, but that's fine. But how are you going to prove this? In other words, today it's going to be April 29, 2023. So let's say you've taken the class on this date, and in August, you're going to have a meeting with your case manager, and your case manager says to you, well, I'm looking here, and on April 29th, you didn't take your class. What are you going to say? I mean, unless you have some way to prove it, you're going to be lost. And so what I and others recommend, and this is what I've learned from others, is by daily journaling or writing or documenting what you do, everything you do that's constructive while you're in prison. You can pick up from Amazon, anything you get, softback books, paperbacks, should be from Amazon. These can be journals that are line pages, but they need to have writing on each of the pages. Otherwise, the staff will not let them in. They can be inspirational writing. They can be quotes from famous people, from biographies. It can be quotes, inspirational quotes, sports, religious.